I'm here today with filmmaker Daniel McQueary of Alfred Thinks We're Aliens, and to the stars, Major Dodson and Lynette Elliott. Thank you all for being here today. So Daniel, what was your motivation for this movie?
Well, it was our Keystone film class at UNT right before graduation, and I was privileged to be one of the 8 directors selected, and this was one of a few scripts that I got to look at. It's written by Leah Kosharek, who's an amazingly talented writer, and it was just one of those great, just simple, non-traditional film school family fables, and it was very attractive.
Okay. So did you do any of the casting for the film?
Yeah, we actually got to have an open casting call for all 8 of the films. We had an awesome turnout, I think around 150, 200, and Katrina Cook, a local casting agent, helped tremendously with it. So we had a great crop to pick from.
Okay. So when you were growing up, what made you decide that this is what you want to do? What drew you to the craft?
I've loved movies and wanted to make them since I can remember. It probably stems from 4 years old, staying at my aunt's house while she babysat me, and she had a brand new VCR and had a couple of Disney films like Bambi, which is one that sticks out in my mind. Probably explains some psychological issues, but it was mesmerizing, and I remember thinking, you know, how awesome film was that it could capture a moment like a raindrop falling through a forest and splashing and landing on a pond. No other medium can capture something like that. And my mom has told me that I also had her pause the credits and read them off and ask her, well, who is this person? What is a director of photography? What's a line producer? And I don't know what she told me to let it keep going, but I was a nerd.
So who are some of your influences of directors that are, you know, current now in the past?
Oh man, there's a ton. If I had to pick a favorite of all time, it would be Hitchcock, although that probably doesn't have too much influence on this story. Currently, I think my 3 favorites are probably Chris Nolan, Frank Darabont, and Terrence Malick. If I could just kind of have an algorithm of those 3.
Okay.
But
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit more about your movie so the audience will be glad to hear about it.
it's a 10-minute short film from UNT. It was my final student film. It's basically a little family fable about a very imaginative and
precocious.
creative, yeah, very precocious 7-year-old who basically just tries to reconnect with his mother, who's raising him as a single mother, and their attempts to reconcile.
All right. So how was the atmosphere on set? Did y'all have a lot of fun? Major, you had a good time?
You know, it was a very fun project, especially with all the little ray guns and the costumes and stuff.
What was your favorite part about the movie? What was your favorite scene you did?
That I can't explain, and the entire movie's nice.
Okay, great. All right. And Lynette, obviously you played the mom, and tell us a little bit more about your role.
Well, Daniel and I met before we shot anything. We met several times, and we decided on a backstory for Caroline because there wasn't a whole lot to work with in the script. So there were some decisions that we made about her person and her personality and her character that I hope came across on screen. And I don't need to burden you with those details, but she had a story coming in, and I think what I liked about working with Major was that he's all there. I mean, he's enthusiastic. He's always in the moment. You know, just like working with an adult professional, and actually better than some of the adult professionals that I've worked with. I shouldn't say that, but yeah, it was a good time.
All right, Daniel, Major, and Lynette, thank you for joining us today. And don't forget, we have the ECG Mixer on August 16th, which is next Thursday, and then we'll have the screening of Alfred Thinks We're Aliens, August 26th at the 4-day weekend in Fort Worth. Thank you.
Thank you.